Hello, welcome to the Tryline podcast. In this one, a little bit different. I kind of screwed up the audio. We filmed yesterday, me and Denny, and I made a mistake, and you can't hear me, and Denny's too loud, so I've had to re-record, and because Denny's at work, I'll have to do it by myself. So just try and bear with me here, guys. I'll try and get through it. We'll have a close look at the Storm and the Panthers in this one. They're the two teams through to the grand final, so we'll really go over them, and I want to focus on the Storm's decade of dominance. Their last decade has just been crazy. And then the Panthers, 17 in a row, looking for 18 in a row. Can they get through a whole season just losing one game? So that's what we'll be focusing on. We'll start with the Storm. So they've been crazy lately. So since 2011, this has been their finishes on the ladder. Prelim final, premiers, second week of the finals, first week of the finals, prelim, runners-up, premiers, runners-up, prelim, and a grand final this year. Now that's just unbelievable. So they've been in 5 of the last 10 grand finals, and since Craig Bellamy took over in 2003, they've been to 9 grand finals in 18 years. So it's just absolutely crazy what they've been able to do down there at the Storm. It's just been nuts on the back of Craig Bellamy, Cameron Smith, and if you look back in the last 18 years, they haven't really gone out and recruited too many big name players. Like, they've developed everything kind of in-house. Like, if you go look, they haven't went on the market and gotten many rep players. So that's an absolute huge effort. And like, some of the players that they've been able to develop will go down as the best players in their position. Like, no one can sit there and say that there's a better hooker that'll play the game up to this point than Cameron Smith. And then you got Billy Slater. He's one of the best fullbacks of all time. Greg Inglis, one of the best centers of all time. And Cooper Cronk, he's in the conversation as of one of the best, if not definitely top 5 halfbacks of all time. So huge effort from the Storm. Panthers, on the other hand, I don't think people have focused on them enough this year. Coming from 10th last year, and they were touted to be one of the better sides in the comp last year, and you can't say it wasn't disappointing for them. That was just really disappointing season last year. But to bounce back with a young group of guys, I think Tamo's their only kind of veteran, and to do what they've done in a COVID-affected year has just been crazy, and it's been in no short aspect, I guess. Nathan Cleary, he's been the man, and he's been the man all year, and he'll probably get crowned the Daily M Player of the Year tonight. So it's just been unbelievable, and Denny made the point in the on the lost tapes. He made the point that their forward pack probably hasn't been spoken about enough either. Like, James Fisher-Harris has just been absolutely nuts, like, all year. And Api Coruscant, he's been outstanding, and I think he wins Hooker of the Year this year. We'll find that out tonight. And then Isaiah Yeo, he's just been crazy, and he should get rewarded with the Blues jumper. So it's going to be a cracker next week, and I think Melbourne are starting favourites, but the line there is just 1.5, so that just shows you how close that game will be. Getting into the weekend's games, we had the female games up first, the NRLW, which was the Warriors. They end up beating the Dragons 22-10. Denny's the go-to man on the NRLW. He watches the games, but I caught a bit of this one. The Dragons got to be disappointed with their year. Like, they were touted to be premiership favourites, I think, at the start of the year. So to go winless through the season is just not great for them. The Warriors, on the other hand, they were competitive in pretty much every game, and good win for them. So they should be able to bounce into next year with a little bit of confidence. They weren't expected to do a lot this year, but I'd be really disappointed if I was a Dragons fan. The other game was the Broncos and the Roosters. The Broncos 24, Roosters 16. What can I say? I'm the guru. I picked the Broncos from the start of the year, from round 1. Danny sat over there all smug, said the Roosters would win the comp. Please, you're off your head. It was the Broncos from day 1, and the fullback Tamika Upton she's had a season. She scored again on the weekend. I do think the Roosters warmed into this game though. I think they got better as the game went on. So that's the grand final next week. So that'll be very interesting, and I'll be keeping a close eye on that one. That could go either way now. The first game for the men on the Friday, the Storm and Raiders, well, the game was over in 25 minutes. It was 24-0, and after 25 minutes, the Raiders completely missed the start. Um, they can just blow teams off the park. Pappenhausen, Oldham, Josh Adokar, that whole left edge is just outstanding. Cameron Smith's the ultimate professional, and they're just peaking at the right time. They seem to always do it. Like I just said, 18 seasons in a row. I think we put up on our Twitter today that they've been in 17 of the last 22 grand finals, either them or the Roosters. So it's just what they do. Raiders had a chance at the start of the second half. They kicked off and they bundled Finucane back into the in-goal, and you thought, hey, they're a chance here if they can score and get it back to 24-12. But Havili, I just don't know why they didn't start Starling. That set after they done that was two silly hit-ups, like nothing plays, and then it was the worst unders ball I think I've seen this year. So I don't know what was going on there. They looked a different team when Starling got on the field. I thought they played a lot better. I thought they looked a lot. They looked like they had more in attack with Starling on. So I don't know what the play was there from Ricky, but the Raiders would be very disappointed with how they finished. I think they thought they were a red hot chance of going one further this year and winning that comp. So I don't know where they go from here. Their outside backs looked a bit slow the other night. I know Kotrick's leaving, who I thought was one of the better players the other night. Rapana looked slow. Croker got found out a few times there, so they got some questions to answer, and they're losing Bateman as well, who's just been an absolute legend for a couple seasons now. So they're in some trouble there, the Raiders, I think. The other game, the Panthers Rabbitohs game. So we're at this game, me and Denny. So I can really only talk on it because you see the game a little bit different when you're there, like compared to on TV. So I'll just talk about it from my point of view from the game. I thought the Panthers were the better side in the first half. I thought they probably should have been up a couple more tries at halftime. I thought their attack looked very good. I thought the game was very fast early, which both teams kind of had some uncharacteristic errors, especially late in the first half. But I think that was down to how quick the game was being played. But the Rabbits got themselves into a position to win that game. I thought they were coming to get them, and it's a bit of a worrying sign for the Panthers. But in saying that, the Panthers rallied. Isaiah Yeo split them open up the middle, and that was game over. We made a point on the podcast that isn't going to make the light of day. We thought the game was refereed really, really well. I thought Jared Sutton done a really good job refereeing the ruck. He didn't give away any crowding penalties. He put the onus on the ball carrier to get up and play the ball. So if you lost the ball while you were getting up, he called it a knock-on. And he was pretty consistent with that over the whole 80 minutes. So he will probably get the nod to ref the grand final. The NRL see him as their best referee. So in saying that, I hope he refs the same next week, because I think that's how it should be refed. I think players get away with crappy play the balls probably too often, and they should have to focus on that a little bit more. So I'm sorry. I hope if anyone's still watching, thanks for sticking with me. It's my first time ever doing anything like this by myself. Denny will be back, thank God, on the Thursday show, where we're really going to go in depth. We're only going to preview both the games, and the whole show is going to be devoted to that, and we're going to go really in depth on both teams and hopefully pick the winner for you guys. But thanks for hanging with me and sticking it out, and I'll see you Thursday.